So how to progress weights for clients is a very common question that a lot of coaches had. It's a question that I had for a very long time as a coach. And in general, there's really two good ways to have people progress weights. And the first way is just have rep ranges. And especially as your clients start moving into a more intermediate phase of their career, their training career, they're really going to start understanding intrinsically when it's time for them to increase weights. They're going to know about the right weight when you give them a rep range. And actually, it's been studied that people are pretty good about picking the right weight when it comes to assigning a rep range to them. So again, you probably notice it with your clients already, your newer clients, when they're doing bench press with sets of 20 and the next time they come in, they'll be like, I'll try to 25 today. So new clients will start kind of intrinsically learning when to push themselves. So as again, they become more intermediate clients, they're going to learn that a little bit better. They're going to understand when it's time for them to increase the weight. And again, assigning rep ranges is a really good way to get people at about the right weights that they need to be at. Another really good way that I prefer, and I personally prefer for a lot more of my intermediate to advanced clients, is just finishing the final set of that focus lift with an AMRAP set. An AMRAP is just as many reps as possible if you're not aware. And I really like this because when you have new clients, you're always asking them probing questions. Like you give them an 8 to 12 and then they finished and you're like, is that too light? And they don't really understand what too light is. So you're like, well, could you have done 20 reps? And they're like, yeah, maybe. And you're like, okay, it was probably too light. This is why AMRAP sets are really good because you just tell a client just to do as many reps as possible with good form, obviously, but you tell them to do as many reps as possible. And, like if you're giving a set of 8 to 12 and they get 20, immediately, both you and the client know immediately that the weight is too light. And, if it's 8 to 12 and they only get 6 on the final set, then, it's too heavy. So this is why I like AMRAP sets because it's just immediate litmus test to tell you if the weight is about right or if they need to go up or if they need to go down.